Hey, it's Shauna, and welcome into Rio Chirripo. Today I'm going to be taking you through a brief 30 minutes or less Ashtanga-based practice. So even if you have never practiced yoga before, or maybe you practice yoga frequently, but you'd like to try a new style of practice in a new place, that's what we're going to do today. So if you do hear a little bit of river noise in the background, some other natural sounds, just do know that's all part of the experience. And with that said, you're not going to need any props today, just your mat and a nice space where you won't be interrupted for the next 30 or so minutes. So let's get into it. To set the agenda so you know what to expect in class, we'll move through a few rounds of sun salutations to get our energy circulating, get our energy pumping, right? That's all of the forward folding, the upward facing dogs and the downward facing dogs. So if during that time you do feel a little bit tired, a little bit of heat in your arms, hang in there, because we're gonna change up the pace and we'll do about half of the standing postures and maybe end with a little bit of the primary series. It's gonna be progressive. There will be optional detours and things that you can add on, but just remember that you are your own best teacher, so please listen to your body even more than you listen to my words. So let's go ahead and get started in Samasthiti. You can step to the top of your mat and bring your big toes to touch, small space between your ankles. And then once you arrive here, just go ahead and close down your eyes. For a few moments, just let yourself be totally natural. Stand naturally. Don't overthink it. And let your shoulders now kind of roll up and down. Nice heavy shoulders. Kind of let that heaviness sway through your arms and down through your body. And from here, one slight movement, rotate your palms forward. And then aside from that activation, the opening of your palms, try to let yourself be completely in ease for the next moments. Begin to focus on your breath, Ujjayi breath. So as you're breathing, slight constriction through the back of the throat, Jalandhara region, kind of an energizing, audible sound. It may sound kind of like the ocean. And this is the breath that will carry us through the entire practice. So as I remind you, coming back to the Ujjayi inhales and Ujjayi exhales. Go ahead, open back on up your eyes if they were closed. And we'll take just the first 3 movements of sun salutation. So as you inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up, reach up, look up, maybe press your palms and gaze past your thumbs. With the exhale, Uttanasana, fold forward, nice deep bend through your knees, keep it soft for the low back. Inhale, unroll, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, return to the folded position. Inhale, sweep up, rise, arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. And then exhale, return, Samasthiti. Let's take that a couple more times. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, look up. And exhale, Uttanasana, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, return, fold. Inhale, rise, arms up, and look up. And exhale, return, Samasthiti. Following your breath truly now. Inhale, arms up, lift your breath. And exhale, fold your breath forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, unroll and lengthen your breath. Exhale, fold it back down. Inhale, come all the way up, lift it overhead. And exhale, return, Samasthiti. Take that one more time. Eyes are closed if you're super comfortable. Inhale, arms up, lift. Exhale, dive forward, smooth, no splash. Inhale, halfway lift, each movement floating into the next. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up. And exhale, return, Samasthiti. Very nice. Let's take that into a full Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms up. This part's the same. Look up, eyes are open. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. Knees are down or lifted, chaturanga, elbows along your sides. Inhale, upward facing. And then exhale, downward facing, hold. So in the first downward facing dog, feel free here to kind of pedal out through your knees. And if you are craving some more deep warming up for your back, you might even drop down to your knees and find a few rounds of cat and cows. It's up to you. Otherwise, maybe a few spinal rolls. We use this first downward facing dog to kind of explore and get all of the wiggles out, because as we revisit downward facing dog, we'll find it in stillness. Stay for another round of breath. With your next inhale, bend through your knees, look forward, step to the top of the mat or hop to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up, look up. And then exhale, return, Samastitihi, starting position. That was one round. Let's take two more. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float the feet back. So this can really be as hard or as easy as you want it. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. And this time in downward facing dog, just hold still. You can send your ankles or your heels out towards the corners of the mat subtly. And try to push your hips up a little bit higher, driving through your arms. And gazes through past your legs. Stay for two. Ujjayi breath flowing through your nose. And one. Inhale, bend through your knees, look forward. Step or give it a little hop to float. Top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, return, Samastitihi. Once more, Ekam, inhale, arms up, look up. Dve, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, half lift. Chatwari, exhale, chaturanga. Pancha, inhale, upward facing. And Shat, exhale, downward facing, hold. We'll stay here for 5 rounds of breath. So you notice that if you're stepping or hopping, you can either turn up the intensity or turn down the intensity. You're always welcome to drop to knees to take puppy pose during downward facing dog, or take it into any other inversion that you like. You can think handstand, for example. Stay for 2. And 1. Sapta, inhale, jump or step forward, halfway lift. Ashtau, exhale, fold. Nava, inhale, arms up, look up. And Dasha, back to Samastitihi. Very nice. Sun salutation B. Inhale, Utkatasana, nice deep bend through your knees, arms up, look up. And then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. So this goes a little quicker without even lifting your leg behind you. Inhale, step right foot through. Warrior 1, just one smooth breath to rise. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Inhale, steps your left foot through, Warrior 1. Don't worry if it feels a little wobbly. 1 breath. Exhale, Chaturanga. Very nice. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing, hold. Stay and breathe. Remember, this is the heat generating portion of practice. So if your arms are feeling like they're warming up, they're tired. It's the tapas, the cleansing fire. Stay with it. Last 2. And 1. Bend through your knees, look forward, step or float, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, the forgotten pose. Bend through your knees, arms up, look up. And then exhale, Samasthiti, return to stand. Let's take one more. Inhale, Utkatasana, bend through the knees, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float your feet on back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Inhale, steps your right foot through, Warrior 1. One smooth breath here. Exhale, frame it up, Chaturanga. You might feel some air hunger. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Inhale, steps your left foot through, Warrior 1. With energy here, exhale, Chaturanga. Finishing out or saluting the sun. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing, hold. Final round of extended hold in our downward facing dog. Stay for 3. Or take any variations you'd like, taking it up a notch or down a notch. For 2, drive evenly through all 10 fingers. Usually push a little more through thumb and index finger. And 1. This time let's play with the hop together. So bring your feet together, bring your knees together, and then you can take a look, just bend and straighten through your knees. Maybe this turns into a little bit of a hop where your feet come off of the mat. And then maybe eventually you give yourself a little bit bigger of a hop towards handstand. You don't have to hold it, but make your way to the top of the mat now. Step or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, bend through the knees, arms up, look up. And exhale, Samasthiti. Good, hands to your hips. Inhale, step or float your feet to hip width distance. Open through your chest, look up. And then exhale, fold forward. Balangushtasana, reach down, catch your big toes, even if you have to bend the knees. Inhale, pull, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, fold. Elbows out to your sides. Stay for 3. Little bit of tension through the arms. For 2, active stretching. And 1. Inhale, pull, lengthen, look forward. Exhale now, Padahastasana. Stand on your hands. Maybe the knees bend even more to get there. Toes and your wrist crease truly. Inhale, pull, lengthen. And exhale, fold. And stay for 3. For 2. And 1. Inhale, pull, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, hands to your hips. And inhale all the way back up to stand. And exhale, Samasthiti, feet back together. From here, hands in through heart center. And use your inhale to pick up your right foot, step it back behind you. One smooth movement, Trikonasana, towards the back of your mat. So your right foot is pointing all the way towards the back of the room. Reach on down, either catch somewhere along your shin or your big toes with the peace fingers. Don't be afraid to stick the hips out behind you a little bit. And then take your left hand up towards the sky, kind of almost like a leaning back version of our Trikonasana. Our triangle pose, Ashtanga style. Stay for 2. And for 1. And then making a choice to stay here or find a detour through half moon. Nice deep bend through your right knee. Step it on up to the right side. Right hand barely touching the floor. Or do whatever it takes to get balanced at first. And then maybe if you even want to take it a step further, you could turn it into sugar cane. Reach back for your left ankle and then kick into your left arm. So all of this is optional, anywhere you want to be along the line. If you're comfortable, gaze turns upwards for 2, nice and steady, and 1. Exhale, return through Trikonasana. And without rushing, inhale, rise up through center. And then we're gonna mirror this. So exhale right into the left side. Left foot turns towards the front of your mat. Reach on down, catch your shin, or catch your big toes. Face turns upwards, gaze past your right fingertips. Think about kind of leaning back, chest coming backwards, and hips subtly drawing forward. And they may stay out behind you. It's perfectly fine. You have to break the 2 panes of glass that we've been stuck between here. Feels nice. And then staying here in Trikonasana or finding the detour through half moon, bend up through your left leg. Reach your left hand out in front. And then kind of stack your hips up bit by bit. Maybe you want to turn this into sugar cane on the second side as well. Reaching back for your right ankle, peeling and opening your chest. Or just stay. Last 2, maybe face turns upwards for extra challenge. And 1, return through Trikonasana. Inhale, rise up through center. Exhale, Parivrita Trikonasana. Turn back towards the back of your mat. Left hand down to the mat. And right arm open towards the sky. If this feels not very accessible, take a wider stance. And also take a shorter stance. If you're really long, it's gonna feel like you wanna bend the front right leg. So step in the back foot a little bit. Press down through the left hand on the inside, or maybe outside of your right foot eventually, and gaze up past your right fingertips. Send the weight back into your heels for 2. And for 1. I know this is an awkward pose, stay with it. Choose to stay here, finding the detour, revolved half moon, so stepping up onto your right leg, lift your back left foot, open your chest still towards the right side. You could reach around here and bind your back foot if you want to, otherwise just keep lifting, last 2, a little higher through the left leg, and 1. Replace your left foot. Replace your left hand back through revolved triangle. 1 smooth movement now. Inhale, cartwheel your arms up through center. Keep that movement going. Exhale, second side, revolved triangle. Drop your right hand down, lift and open your left arm. So remembering that you can make your stance a little bit wider. And once you get set, send the weight back into your heels like you're shoving your hips back, little self-adjustment. Last 2. Breathing in through your ribs. And 1. Option for the detour, revolved half moon. Step up onto the left leg, reach your right leg higher. Still turning your face upwards towards your left hand. You might want to catch and bind your back right foot. Otherwise, stay lifting it a little bit higher. Last 2. And 1. Replace your right foot. Replace your right hand. And then inhale, rise up through center. And exhale, step to the top of your mat. Samastitihi, closing that cycle. Good. We'll step back and open once again. Right foot steps back. This time, longer stance. Turn around towards the back of your mat. You might even need to heel toe it out. Nice deep bend through your right leg. Parshvakonasana. You can modify here, top of the forearm to the top of your right thigh. And then reach your left hand overhead. So not up towards the sky, but until you feel this whole side body light up. If you want more intensity, right hand outside of your right hip. Little to no weight though in that right hand. So it's just like barely touching the floor or hovering. Last 2. And 1. Inhale, rise up, warrior 2. Keep the bend in your right knee. And then exhale, come on back down. Half or full bind here. So maybe you just drop your right shoulder inside of your right knee and reach around behind your back with the left. If you want to release, see if you can catch your left wrist with your right fingertips. Here, I'll show you. This will be behind your back. And then pull and open your chest towards the sky. Stay and breathe. If you're feeling super energetic, I won't demo it, but if Bird of Paradise is in your practice, you could step forward, find that. Otherwise, stay. I know it's getting to be a lot. Hang in there. We're almost done. Birds, making your way on back down if you've taken it. And release your bind. Inhale, rise up through center. And exhale right into the second side. Nice deep bend through your left leg. And then top of your left forearm to the top of the left thigh. Reach your right hand long up overhead. Stay here and maybe barely tickle the floor outside of your left foot. Hold and breathe. 3. Hips underneath you. 2. And 1. Inhale, rise up, warrior 2. Keep the bend in the left leg. And then exhale, half or full bind. Dropping left shoulder down on the inside of the left leg. Reach around behind your back. And then this time, maybe you're able to catch the right wrist with the left hand behind your back. And then pull open your chest. Stay here, or Bird of Paradise if you're feeling playful. Keep serving your chest on up towards the sky. Last 2. Birds, making your way on back down. And 1. Release your bind. Inhale up through center. Last time. Now turn back towards the back of your mat. Pop up onto your back left toes. Reach really long through your left side body. So left hand way up high. And then exhale, cross your body. So you're going to take your left elbow here on top of your right knee and start with a prayer twist. If this feels good, you might work your left armpit all the way over on top of your right knee and then extend your right arm long. Parivrita Parshvakonasana. Stay here or maybe bind around behind your back. Little sips of air. Last 2. You're doing fantastic. And 1. Inhale, rise through center. Smooth as can be. Exhale over. Second side, pop up onto the right toes. Inhale, reach tall through right side body. Exhale, cross your body. Starting with the prayer twist, or evolving right into full variation, right armpit crossing over on top of your left knee. Right hand plants, left arm reaches long. Stay here, reach around behind your back. Maybe catch a bind. In either way, turning your face upwards. So maybe you lose the ground from your peripheral vision. Last 2. And 1. Inhale, rise up through center. And there's a lot of these turning movements, but exhale, step back to the top of your mat, Samastitihi. Breath here in stillness. With the next inhale, step back and open, but this time, both feet are going to be parallel, facing the long edge of your mat. Prasarita series, hands to your hips. Inhale, open your chest, look up. And exhale, fold forward. Hands down to the mat. Inhale, press, lengthen, look forward. And then exhale, fold. Stay here. You can either start to walk your hands in closer to your feet, or maybe even through to the other side. Or you could drop down, find tripod headstand, or another inversion of your choice. Few rounds of breath here. go 2 more rounds of breath. If you're inverted, making your way on back down. And then inhale, press, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, take your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up to stand. And exhale here. Inhale, open, count arms to a T. And then exhale, we'll bypass B straight to C. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, open through your chest, look up. And then exhale, fold forward, option for the shoulder rinse. Hands come up and overhead. And stay here, letting gravity do its work for 3. If this is really challenging, you could always grab for opposite elbows. For 2. And for 1. Inhale, make your way on back up to stand. 1 smooth movement. Exhale your hands to your hips. Inhale, open just your chest, look up. And then exhale, last time, dive back forward. This time, catch your big toes with peace fingers. Inhale, pull, lengthen, look forward. And then exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Elbows come out to your sides. And we'll stay and breathe here. I also like to welcome in a little bit of a freestyle if you'd like. Maybe you have a twist that you're really craving or a skandasana that you're craving. So take this moment, maybe explore a little bit. Any other movements or even a rag doll, anything of that nature. And stay for another 3. Maybe you take this moment to relax your face as well. Shake your head, yes and no. For 2. And for 1. Inhale, press, lengthen, look forward. Then exhale, take your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise all the way back up to stand. And exhale, step to the top of your mat. Samasthiti. Very nice. So we'll end there today with the standing series. Inhale, arms up, look up, reach up. We'll salute the sun. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, chaturanga, stepping or floating. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Inhale, take yourself through to a seated position. You can find a nice cross-legged position. We'll turn to face you. And as we set up this final movement, you can either sit up on a block or in an easy pose, Sukhasana, or maybe you want to cross your left ankle up on top of your right leg, little half lotus or full lotus, and then reach around behind your back. Catch your opposite elbows or forearms. Setting up for yoga mudra, but let's first set our breath here. So go ahead, exhale out all of your air. Inhale, long, smooth breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Inhale, open your chest this time, look up. Open your neck. And as you exhale, bow forward, gaze can be soft or closed. Yoga mudra, allowing yourself to round down and for your head to hang as much as is comfortable. A final moment of surrender, moment of stillness. And as you take your next inhale, sit yourself all the way back up, unwind your arms, exhale. Thumb and index finger come to touch, Padmasana. Shoulders roll back and down, elbows are straightening. And exhale all the air out here. As you inhale, think strong through pelvic floor, strong through your belly region, so navel drawing in, Uddiyana Bandha. And then slight tuck of your chin, Jalandhara Bandha, all of our bandhas engaged, working. Continue to breathe here. Don't let go of Ujjayi breath quite yet. So nice active breath through your nose on your own. Beginning to focus all of your attention back onto your breath. Our one pointed concentration, dharana, a prerequisite of true meditation. First step is this initial focus. Take a few more moments here. And focusing solely on your breath. And as we take these final moments before Shavasana, just doing a quick scan through your senses, noticing what you can smell as you breathe. Noticing how the air feels, how the mat feels underneath you. Maybe the sounds that you can hear, both here with me and wherever you're at in your space. Noticing each and every one of the sensations that you have as a gift. It's all a gift. It's all an aliveness, deep sense of presence. And I'll offer up in just a moment a couple rapid breaths followed by a breath retention. So go ahead, exhale out all of your air now. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale, fill up. Can be through your mouth if you want. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, take 3 more. Inhale, fill up, exhale, inhala, exhala, last one in and out. Inhale, fill up about 70%, and then pause. Hold that air in, seal your lips, breath retention, kumbhaka. Hold that air until you feel that it's time to release. And at your own time, on your own pace, you lay down into Shavasana and you will allow the exhale to carry you into stillness. So I'm going to leave you here today in your Shavasana and final breath retention. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today at Rio Chirripo, and I hope to practice with you in person soon. Ciao, ciao.